You want to know what? A lot of people feel as if entrepreneurship, specifically with digital marketing, is all about creating content and posting on social media. But you guys, I am here to talk to you about the back end of entrepreneurship. I mean, the figuring out of systems, figuring out of plugins, and just trying to create your own system for yourself, like figuring out your own system for yourself and creating systems that is needed within your community, right? So, you guys, my day started off like super early, and y'all, you gotta excuse me, okay? Because there's mosquitoes out here. I'm out here. It is almost going on 8 o'clock, y'all, and mosquitoes are out, okay? But yeah, so my day consisted of me getting up at 6 o'clock this morning, you guys, and I had the right idea to come up with a bundle package. So I was like, okay, how can I make my product better? So I started to troubleshoot some things, and of course, you guys know I always love doing a needs analysis to make sure that I am covering different aspects of my business or whatever with the needs of actual people, the consumers who actually want to like use my products and services. So after conducting that needs analysis, I was like, okay, let me see how I can make this product better. So I decided to come up with 12 reasons of why people will want to sell like digital products. So I did that, and then after I did that, I was like, "Oh, you know what? This led to this product here. This led to this product here." So before I knew it, I actually came up with my bundle package, and I'm not gonna like disclose it right now. It's gonna be a surprise for a different day because it's still in the very beginner stages. And one thing that I have been learning from the past, my past mistakes, is not to prematurely like reveal every single thing that I am doing because that's what actually put me in the situations that I am in right now. But we're not even going to get into that today, okay? But just know that I have four products that I actually worked on today, and I'm just going to work the next couple of days to like tweak these products and just make sure that they are, just in good shape or whatever. So yeah, so I got on Chat GPT and I was like, hey, how can I add like pop-ups on my beacons landing page? So ChatGPT was like, let me search your domain. So I put my domain in there, and then essentially it was like, hey, well, actually a pop-up popped up on ChatGPT, and it was like, hey, based on your products and services, you actually have an upgrade option to use code X, which is CODEEX. So no, CODEX. So I was like, okay, well, let me see what Codex is all about. So I ended up converting over to Codex. I'm still using the traditional ChatGPT, but I'm also using, ChatGPT Pro, that is. I pay for the premium service. But I ended up downloading and installing Codex. And you guys, this is where the magic began to happen. Okay, so I put my domain over in Codex, and it was like, hey, if you have like WordPress or Shopify, you can actually enable the pop ups on your website. So I was like, okay. And mind you, I actually gave it two different domains because I have my Christy Love brand, and then I also have Digital Pens Academy. Okay, so since we are talking about creating new products for Digital Pens Academy, Code X, which I named Cody, it actually suggested that I focus on Digital Pens Academy and to like correlate Digital Pens Academy underneath, not correlate, but umbrella Digital Pens Academy underneath my Christy Love brand because it'll be me, creating the Digital Pens Academy, right? So I went ahead and added my domain from Canva over to WordPress. Okay, so it like well, let me back it up a little bit. So it actually gave me WordPress and Shopify, and it gave me a few other websites, but I didn't actually have access to those other websites. So I was like, okay, well, my only two options that I have right now is WordPress because I just recently closed down my Shopify. I just felt like I had too many different like storefronts for the same products and services. And I was like, at the stage where I am right now, I feel as if Beacons is like working the best for me. And you can pick and choose whichever one works best for you or whatever. But as of right now, Beacons work really, really well for me. But the domain that I had on Beacons, um, Code X actually was not able to pick it up. So I was like, okay, well, let me use my domain that I have over on Canva. And that's actually how I began to use the Canva domain over on WordPress. Because once I went over to Canva, I got that domain, and Code X was like, since you no longer have Shopify, do you have any other websites that you could potentially use? So that's when I actually decided that I was going to umbrella it underneath my Christy Love blog domain. So yeah, so I did that or whatever. Code X gave me the instructions on doing so. So I went through the process of actually going through Canva, and I went through the domain settings, and it takes up to 72 hours before your domain is actually carried over from Canva to WordPress, but it's worth it, I promise. So once I did all of that, I was like, hey, can you create me some instructions on how I'm going to be able to create this website and how I'm going to be able to add my pop-ups and stuff, because I want to be able to sell my bundle package and the products and services that I have. Because when you create your website, you want to have a way to actually upsell your products and services, and that way you can maximize the amount of money that you can actually make with your products and services. Because whenever you offer one product, like say for example, if you offer a freebie product, that freebie is actually like essentially going to attract people to your emailing list, and that's when you are going to begin your actual funnel, your sales funnel. So you want to be able to upsell that product to your actual paid service. So that way, whenever they enter their email, they're opting in for, like, say, for example, you may put on there your newsletter or just your regular emailing sequence that you may have or whatever. But it just depends on how you set it up. But on my beacons, I have it set up to where they will actually opt in to my emailing list, to where I will send them email correspondence and my weekly newsletter. And that's actually reminding me that I need to I need to get my newsletters together today so that I can send it out tomorrow on Monday. I send it out weekly on Mondays. But yeah, so enough about that part, you guys. So I had to figure out the plugins and figure out all of that stuff or whatever. And it took me, I say, with all the research that I was doing, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes, like tops, to do all of that. So it's not a hard process, but it's just essentially a process, right? So it's something that if you're not familiar with, it's a learning process. It's absolutely like a learning curve that you would have to like jump over, especially if you are a one-man team like myself, right? So after that, you guys, I actually tended to my garden. You guys know I love to tend to my garden. Right now, just to give you guys a little snapshot of my garden, I actually have bell peppers, banana peppers, poblano peppers, jalapeno peppers, cabbage, lettuce, what's the other one? Greens, squash, zucchini. I also have tomato. My tomatoes are just absolutely beautiful. I have tomatoes, and then I also picked up elderberry plants. Now my elderberries are actually like recovering, because when I purchased them, the seller who actually was selling me the plants, I actually came like about 3 hours late, and they had already like dug them up out of their garden. So it was in that, how the plants get like that transfer shock. That's currently where it is right now, and it's been like close to like 2 weeks. So it's like bouncing back. My elderberries look really, really good. And then I also got some mullein plants. I may be mispronouncing this, but mullein plants. And then he also gave me lamb's ear. I think that's what it's called. But I tended to my garden. And then after that, you guys, I absolutely just did not give myself a rest today. And I'm paying for it right now because I'm super duper tired. But it's okay, right? So after that, you guys, I actually moved on to cleaning up my house. And y'all know I have been on this tough. Because when I came back in, I was like, okay, well, I still have like this burst of energy. What else can I get into? I've already worked in my products and services. I got like 72 hours before I can actually go back to WordPress. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give myself a break on the work end, right? So I came into the house, you guys. I ended up washing the dishes, and then I ended up like washing off my cherry wood table. I polished it with some Murphy's oil. Y'all, my table is like glowing. It's like so glossy, so pretty. And this table, I want to say, is maybe like 25 years old. This was like our childhood table, to where it's one of the things that, well, not childhood, maybe like my teenagehood. One of the last things that my dad actually purchased for my mom before he passed. So when she downsized her home, she actually gave me the table because I had a larger family, more than my siblings at that time. Now they got more than me now, but at that time I had the larger family. So I inherited the table, and that cherry wood table is just absolutely beautiful. And it has one, two, three, four, five, six chairs on there. I don't know how out of all six chairs, only one chair is like damaged, but other than that, the table is just absolutely beautiful. And when I was polishing that table, you guys, it just I don't know. It was just so nostalgic. I just remembered the last Thanksgiving we had with my dad when he sat at the end of the table, and it just felt good to know that now me and my family, we create these memories. You know, we do this for our family now. So it was just great. So after that, so by the time I got done doing that, my son actually came home. Um, and as you guys know, this is not the one that actually moved back. This one moved back for 2 weeks because he was transitioning because my older son and him, my middle son, were actually they moved into an apartment together. So when my middle son canceled his lease at his previous apartment, he moved back home for 2 weeks, and then now they are moved out. So when he came back home today, I did his hair. Yeah, I retwisted them locks, honey. Okay, I retwisted them, and then I did the two-strand twist. And I actually did not think that I can do it, but I did the two-strand twist, and I actually just got done about 15 minutes ago. And I checked my garden again because y'all, I'm a garden lover. Like once I got done, the first thing I did was run outside. But anyway, I have not given myself a break, you guys. And I was just thinking, once I got done, my lower back was hurting really, really bad. And I was telling my husband, I said, you know what, I really need a break. So I am really looking forward to going to yeah, we're going to Mexico. So we are actually leaving on this Friday, and I am just so ecstatic. I just cannot believe it, y'all. You're talking to a homebody, okay? So this is my first time going on a cruise, and I am just the girl is just too through. Okay. So yeah, so we did all of that. Oh, today we did go luggage shopping because my son needed some luggage. And actually he cashed at me a long time ago to actually go get him some luggage. But we were just now getting that today because when he came home, he was like I had everyone else's like luggage like lined up or whatever in the dining room. And he was like, you know, where's my luggage? I was like, oh, let's go to the store, let's go get your luggage. So we did that. And y'all, we have just been prepping and prepping and prepping. But I just want to catch y'all up because your girl has been doing a lot. So it's like not only am I working on my entrepreneurship, I am actually doing so well with just balancing life, balancing everything, and still seeing the joy out of it. Like, even though my back is like hurting, like, you wouldn't even know unless I told you. But you just have to roll with it, you know? And that's one thing I'm learning in life is like, instead of complaining, like, find the good things out of it. Like, my son looks nice, he's ready to go. And yeah, I gotta do my hair too. I gotta do my hair. So I'm actually not wearing this on the cruise. So I'm actually gonna get me some tribal braids. My son said I would look really nice with some tribal braids. He was like, throw some beads on or whatever. So I'm gonna have me like some braids to the scalp. Yeah, I know I do hair, so it's gonna be cute. So yeah, I gotta figure out a day of when I'm actually gonna do that. But yeah, this is me. So y'all, yeah. So anyway, you guys, that is it for today's video. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has watched me thus far, you guys. I started rambling towards the end, but it's okay. Okay, it's okay. We are getting to know each other. This is me. This is me. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and head to the house, y'all, because like I mentioned, the mosquitoes are out. But I hope and pray that you guys are having an amazing, amazing day. And if I don't see you guys on tomorrow, which I plan to, okay, because I know I'm trying to do this every single day. Happy Memorial Day. So I guess I'll just say happy Sunday because I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I'm gonna be here tomorrow. Listen to me, I'm gonna be here. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, loves.